Okay, we're officially recording. All right, guys, welcome to the webinar. Thanks for your patience. On today's webinar, we are basically going to be talking about the four-step formula that Manny uses to make $113,495 in 13 days by selling weird products on Shopify. And the crazy thing about this is that he's not like an expert on Shopify. He hasn't, been doing this for long. He just, discovered this formula and he applied it. He took action and started making money with it. And on today's webinar, we're going to be sharing this formula more in detail with you. I know you've probably seen the video, before this webinar. You've gone through the course and stuff, but this is going to be more of a live example. We're going to set up a live campaign in front of you. We're going to choose a product, set up a live campaign, and we're also going to share with you a case study of a recent campaign that Manny did that I believe it made about $9,000 in a week or more. We're going to share the exact campaign with you, so you can basically copy this and do it yourself. Hopefully see some results. Trevor Taylor says, "This is not Billy speaking. Who are you?" Well, Trevor, first, if you bought Econ Profit Plan, then that product is by myself, Johnny G, and Manny. And the reason it says Billy on the control panel here is just because me and him, we use the same GoToWebinar account because we work together on a few things. So anyway, let me continue. That's not important. So guys, you can actually do this even if you've never heard of Shopify. If you have no experience, if you have nothing to sell, you don't need a product. If you have zero technical skills, if you have no list, and if you've just got started online, you don't need any skills whatsoever. This is such an easy thing. This is easier than like affiliate marketing, product creation. This is probably one of the easiest ways to start seeing results, because you're basically finding people that want to buy something, and remember how we talk about the CE, the commerce exploit. That's really what you're doing. You're basically finding a bunch of people that are ready to buy something. You're basically directing them to the product and collecting money. And you don't have to ship products yourself. You don't have to own any products. It's all automated, which is really, really cool. This is by far the fastest way to start making money. Like, you saw the results from the case studies of students, the testimonials. Like, they've literally just got started. Some of them have just literally started. Some people have been trying to do this make money thing for ages, for so long, and haven't seen results. And then when they started doing this, they started working with Manny and myself, started seeing amazing results. We've got some personal coaching students that we're working with at the moment who are seeing massive results, and we'll talk a bit more about that in a bit later. But with the system, you don't need to build a list. You don't need to work hard for traffic. You don't need to get JV partners. You don't need to talk to people. You don't need to do affiliate marketing. You don't need to create products. You don't need to write articles or anything else you may have tried. This is totally different than anything, okay? But at the same time, this isn't a magic button. It's not a magic button where you can just push the button and make money. However, this is one of the closest things to the green magic button, as you're about to see, okay? Now, this is let's see what this is. This is some of the money that you can make. I was just seeing. I forgot whether I was just seeing whether this was a screenshot of our student. Now, the student screenshots I'm going to show you in a moment. But this is the kind of money you can make in Shopify. Like, on the left, you see 2,468 units sold. I think this was in about I think it was a couple of weeks. This was made. Okay, $98,000. over $98,500. All right, absolutely crazy. And there's another screenshot below of $11,300. There's another one here. This is in pounds. Okay, if you look at the bottom, these are all like the products combined. $33,847. Sorry, pounds. Okay, for those US guys, that is about £50,000. Sorry, $50,000. Like, I just literally just want you to imagine this, because a lot of you guys who are here on this webinar right now, like, you're here, you probably haven't seen the results you want. I reckon 80% of the guys here today, you're probably not seeing the results that you want, right? I mean, look at this. Like, if you can generate this kind of money on a monthly basis, how is that going to change your life? All you need to do is literally follow us, what we're teaching you, implement it, and and take action, and you're gonna learn a lot. Okay, Manny is he knows a lot about this stuff, and he can teach it to absolute newbies, as you're about to see. And finally, this is a screenshot of Manny, the campaign we've been talking about, the 113,495 in around 2 weeks. Absolutely amazing. Okay, just let that soak in. Okay, 113,495. Let it soak in. Now, this is a screenshot from one of our students. Okay, Ryan. He says here, before I reached out to Manny for help with Facebook, I was down with a Facebook ads really work. Since then, he taught me exactly how to target and scale my ads, and I've made close to 20,000 in a little under 2 weeks. Actually, hold on. He says I've made close to 10K in a little under 2 weeks. But that was before he sent us this screenshot. He then sent us this screenshot a week later, and he made another 20K. Okay, look, can you see it says last 7 days revenue? This is a screenshot from his iPhone, from his Shopify account. So, I mean, if he can do it, so can you, okay? This is Maureen's screenshot, 77,000. That's over 101,000 US dollars here. And this was in about 3 weeks, I believe. Okay, so the reason I'm showing you this is because I want to kind of pre-frame everything that man is going to teach you, so you can see the importance of why you need to listen to him, because these are all screenshots from my students that we've personally helped. Okay, so with that said, I'm going to give this over to Manny, where he's going to share with you the 4-step formula that he uses to make 113,000 in 13 days by selling weird products on Shopify. And the thing is, we've never actually shared this with anyone apart from our $5,000 clients. So we actually do personal coaching as well, where we've charged, Manny's charged $5,000 to personally help people, okay? And they have seen amazing results. So I'm going to pass it off to Manny, but guys, make sure you literally turn off your Facebook, turn off your phone, put it on silent, close your door. You need to close down all distractions. This is not something we want you to passively be listening to while doing a million other things. Pay 100% attention. If you don't pay 100% attention, you're not going to get results. That's the bottom line, okay? Don't do this half-heartedly. Like, make a decision right now that you're going to learn this information and start making money with it, okay? So I'm going to pass this off to Manny now. Let me just see if Manny is on the line. Let me check. Okay, let me find Manny now. And I will go ahead and... oh, here we are. Let's see here. Make organizer. Okay, now I'm gonna make Manny. Do you have the slides? Let me see. All right, guys, just trying to get Manny on. Um, so while we wait for Manny to get on, this is what happens on live webinars, by the way. While we wait for Manny to get on, I know I asked you before, but here has anyone here had any experience with Shopify in the past? Okay, Mark says yes. Mark, what kind of things have you sold? Have you sold anything before? Have you like made any money? And how have you been getting traffic? Tracy says she's familiar with drop shipping. David says no experience. Okay, cool. It doesn't matter, guys, because no matter what the case is, you'll see results. And also, before we continue, let's see. Hold on. I'm just waiting for Manny to get on now. For Manny. He's in the UK. It's 2 a.m. over there. Let me just ask him if he's got his. All right, okay, guys. Manny is ready. Thanks for waiting. This is going to be the best webinar of your life. So let me pass it over to Manny, and we will go ahead and get started. So here we are, Manny, make presenter. So Manny, it is all yours. Let's see here. I can't see the screen. Manny, we can't see the screen yet.
Can you hear me, Johnny?
Yeah, Manny, you need to accept. Oh, you can. Now we can see it. Okay.
You see my screen, folks?
Yeah, we can see it, and apparently, it seems like you've got your other slides back, right? Or
Yeah, sort of. It's been a little bit of a malfunction. Good. Oh, I'd say it's evening for you guys. Predominantly, most of you on this call are calling from the United States. I'm assuming here.
Hey, Manny,
Okay, we've had a little. Sorry, go ahead, Johnny.
no, yeah, you can go ahead and make your slides full screen. Like if you click the play button, so we can see it full screen.
Yeah, I was just about to do that.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna mute myself, by the way, so I'll let you carry on.
Right. Okay. Welcome to the webinar, ladies and gents. So, as I've already been introduced by Johnny extensively, I'm going to pretty much just try and fast forward to the meat and potatoes, okay? So, to not keep you guys waiting longer than you've already been waiting. Okay. So it's time. We're gonna go ahead and get started. I'm absolutely thrilled that you've shown up here today. My name is Manny Amari, and welcome to the four-step formula. On this call, you will learn the exact formula I use to generate $113,495 in 13 days with Shopify. Now, I want you to have the best viewing experience, so what I want you to do is turn off everything that's operating in the background of your computer right now, including any email systems, Skype, any extra programs. Also, I know it's tough, but I want you to turn off your phone, close the door, and give yourself this time to discover some new strategies. I have been working months upon months on gathering this presentation for you. And if you give me your full attention, I promise you'll walk away with some solid strategies you can apply to start earning an income using Shopify today. Now, I want you to stay until the very end, and I'm going to tell you how to get your hands on an extra special bonus. I'm going to be upfront with you here. There'll be no pitching or selling on this call, okay? But if you stick around to the end, I'm going to tell you how you can get access to the extra special bonus that complements what I'm about to share with you today. Sounds fair? Give me a 1 in the comments if you dig that, okay? Give me a 1. Let me see the ones in the comments. Excellent. Plenty of ones there. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So right now, this minute, you're here in the right place. If you can identify any of these scenarios here, okay? So, one, you know you need to generate an income online, but you're not really sure the best way to go about doing that. Right now, you might feel a little bit stuck, or you're frustrated because efforts to convert visitors into buyers online feels painfully slow. You've been doing it, in a way that's been not effective, so to speak. You might have been trying many different strategies for the last year or 2 years, or even the last few months, but you've just not seen any kind of traction. And I get it. It's very frustrating. I've been there before, so I know exactly where you guys are coming from, right? And maybe you're frustrated with list building efforts or affiliate marketing promotions or anything else, you're currently doing that. It's kind of, holding out for hope and, hoping that it will work at some point. You're thinking, okay, if I could just figure this out, I can get some momentum here. And I'm glad that you're thinking that because, it's truth ultimately. And finally, maybe you're here because you just want to be told what to do and how to do it to see some real results online, okay? So you want to have a real online business, more leads for your buyer email list, and ultimately more sales, okay? If you can relate to any of these scenarios, you are in the right place, because today I'm going to show you how to generate income in the fastest way that I know how. And specifically, I'm going to show you how you can achieve this with Shopify today. I'm also going to show you how to find products people love and need. In addition, I'm going to give you the ultimate tools you need to find the gaps so you can exploit them for profit. These are the tools that I use every single day, and there's no way I could have amassed these big promo campaigns today without these tools. Also, I'm going to show you how you can use social media traffic to fuel your campaigns. And finally, the simple Facebook ad to get people from Facebook to your store. Now, I've got to tell you, I'm absolutely obsessed with Shopify, but it hasn't always been that way. In fact, for 2 years of my business, I've never focused on utilizing Shopify at all. I predominantly focused on Teespring, okay? Now, right, okay, so give me a second. I just want to explain my background, where I've kind of where I came from. Okay, so I focused on selling t-shirts with Teespring, in 2011, 12, I believe, right? Teespring is an apparel crowdfunding model site, for those of you that are unaware, all right, where you can create your own designs and sell for profit. All of that was focused on, but Shopify was always on the sidelines, and then I paid a pretty price. So let me explain what I mean by that a bit further, okay? When you sell a hoodie, tee, or a garment on Teespring, you acquire a customer, which you can then email and follow up with other promotions. However, you do not have unlimited access to that customer as it's not in your database. It's actually in Teespring's database. That ineffectively is Teespring's customer. So why do so many people use Teespring? It's because they handle fulfillment and customer service, which, released me at the time from doing all those activities and enabled me to concentrate on like the marketing aspect of things. So it took away the headache, basically, of customer service. Because when you're doing it by yourself and you're kind of like a one-man band, it really is, being in the trenches. Don't get me wrong, though. Teespring is a great way to make quick money, but in the long-term scheme of things, it doesn't fulfill that need, for stability or being able to grow your own brand. Okay. So now, before we move forward, allow me to address what Shopify is. If for those of you that are still not too sure about what it really is, okay, Shopify has been around since when Facebook was created in 2003, 2004. Okay, so basically, they are predominantly a payment gateway service. They have facilitated over close to, in fact, more than $10 billion worth of transactions since they have been in operation. So, they have thousands of users, big and small, business owners using them every single day. As an e-commerce option, they are good at keeping sensitive information safe, such as credit card information. And if you're going to, use a developer to create a store for you online, you'd have to pay in the range in excess upwards of, 100,000 just to, ensure that you have the transaction side of things covered. As you can get into really, big problems and get sued or even go to jail just for not having, secured measures in place. It's actually a serious offense and it's backed by law. So, I mean, instead of doing all of that, why don't you just take away, the heavy fees and the options of going through all that hassle by just, getting a Shopify account, which is a whole lot cheaper since, the basic startup package starts from $29 a month. You just can't go wrong with that. Right, so this is what a Shopify dashboard looks like. Let's just quickly head over to here. This is what a Shopify dashboard looks like, ladies and gents, okay? And, you can look at your home section, you can check your orders, your product listings down the left-hand side here, reports, offer discount codes, and many, many more features in the back-end setup. So think of it a bit like WordPress, so to speak. So if you're familiar with WordPress, Shopify is an equivalent, it's the e-commerce version of WordPress, basically. So you can have your store, it's a payment gateway processor, but on the front end, you can have like a blog, you can have like a theme in there, which kind of just plugs in pretty much. There's no heavy coding in regards to HTML. You can code sites, pages if you want to. It's an option. But ultimately, a lot of the movement and connectivity and the applications that you can use are pretty much plugged in the back end via plugins, so to speak. So it makes a lot of like the heavy coding tasks and stuff that you might want changed a lot easier. For example, like a countdown timer, you just get a plug-in, you plug it in, and you can position it where you need it to be on your store to work. Now, I have the strategies in place for you. So, let's get into the formula. Let's get focused to understand how to bring it all together, bring all the moving variables together. So most people ask me all the time, where do I start, Manny? Where do I start? Well, we can start at the top, which will be this 4-step secret formula. So step one, you got to set up your platforms, right? Okay. Right. I've had a little malfunction here with my slides. Right. So step one, you got to set up your platform, right? Which is your most significant asset here at this stage. You got to have most impact on your conversion rate based on the way you set up your store. Okay, you can improve on conversion based on your presentation of the products and how easy it is for visitors to navigate on your store. So I'll start by creating the store first, which will be the first step. Okay, it doesn't have to have all the whistles and bells. It just needs to be presentable enough for to list one product, which can be viewed by any given number of people. And it's pretty easy to get a store up and running. At the bare minimum, it shouldn't take you more than 30 minutes to prepare a store from scratch and have it ready to sell. Literally from 0 to 30 minutes, you're ready to sell on the World Wide Web with a Shopify store, okay? That is the reality, right? So that's just one platform out the way. The second platform you'll need to prepare is a Facebook ads account, okay? Now, this is what a Facebook business ads account looks like, and I'm going to put a lot more emphasis on that. So give me a second here, right? You need an account to run ads with Facebook's advertising network, right? If you have an ads account and it doesn't say business manager at the top here, as you can see in the URL section, then the chances are you are using a personal profile ads account. There's a difference between the two, okay? If you use that to run traffic for your business, you're breaking Facebook TOS. So if you use the personal ads account, right, you are breaking Facebook TOS, terms of service, right? And you could be at risk of getting your account banned, and that's just the wrong way to go, okay? So here's a simple way to differentiate between the two if you're still unsure. Number one, you check your browser, URL browser, like up here, and you're just looking for business.facebook.com, right? And then the header bar will be gray, not blue. This bar at the top here is gray, not blue. On a personal Facebook ads account, that is blue, so it's very clear. So those are the two ways you can tell when you're looking inside of an ads account, right? So that's how you differentiate between the two. The last thing you'll need for step one to be completed is to buy yourself a domain. Okay, you need a domain, and it's obvious. You need a domain to send people to your store. Okay, obviously for branding purposes. Now, you can't use the domain Shopify generate you because it's ugly, right? So like this one here, store name in ecom profit lab 1. Obviously this was just done to for demonstration purposes, but imagine sending someone to that, there's nothing wrong in the store name, but it's the following that comes along the end there, which is .myshopify.com. So everything would have your store brand name, or most likely your store name, and then full stop myshopify.com, and then the link, the slug link to the product page. It's very ugly, okay? And imagine if every other person, because this is what it normally looks like for every other person on Shopify with an account. So imagine everyone else plugging their stores around. They've all got My Shopify in it. It wouldn't really be cool. So you need your own custom domain, right? So you can forward your traffic to where it needs to go, okay? So right before we move on, I'd like to check the pulse of you guys to see that you're following along and I haven't lost you here, right? So before we move on, just check that you're still here with me. Give me a 1 in the chat box if you feel that you can do step 1 without any issues. Let's see those 1s, people. Excellent, excellent. Plenty of 1s. Plenty of 1s. Excellent. Right. Okay. So step 2 will involve finding a hot selling product, okay? So this is how I go about finding a hot selling product, right? So the first place I go to is Amazon.com. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to show you the product I found before we actually had this call. I actually had a dig around, and then what I want to do is reverse engineer the process so you guys can get a bit more clarity on how you do this basically. So right, this is the product I found. I know it looks, again, people will say, well, look at that just okay, this doesn't seem it's a pencil set, a sketching pencil set. How would one go around making a profit from this? We will get to that, okay? So this is the product I found. This is something I would definitely test. As you can see, the blue strip here. First of all, actually, what I need to address is it's on Amazon, okay? We want to be smart about our research, okay? We want to use analytics and data that's out there that will give us an educated guess, okay? Always want to, the guy that takes the guy or the girl that uses the educated guess has a high percentage of winning, agree? So we're going to leverage off, you know, we're going to leverage off the shoulder of giants. Amazon is one of those giants, okay? They've got plenty of data and they organize their data in a really good way, so we know pretty much from looking at certain metrics what is going on, what's having our finger on the pulse, what's hot. Okay, this is a bestseller product. I didn't just go for the bestseller products, right? So let's reverse engineer the process here, okay? So I'm gonna head to Facebook.com because I always get this question from people, right? I always get this question, oh Manny, I don't know what to go for, I don't know what to sell. How do I get ideas? Or even people generally ask Manny, where do you get ideas? Right, where do you get ideas for these products? Like, how do you do it? Okay, well, naturally, don't you think it would make sense since we are actually promoting products on Facebook, right? Wouldn't it make sense for us to kind of find the audience first? Find the audience first. If we find the audience first, then we can then go and search for the products. Normally, you can find the products and then see if the audience is there. But I tend to do it the other way first to see if I can find the audience, and then I'll go and look for the products, right? Make sense? Agree? Yeah, of course. So what I'll do is I'll come into Facebook graph search here and I'll look for interests, okay? They're the interests there in orange. So we'll click see more, right? And we'll scroll down. We'll scroll and see if we can find something, some interest, an interest that would have a connection to a niche where there's plenty of opportunity for physical products. Those products are being sold. Now, obviously, you'd say, okay, uh, a band or an artist, Kanye West, okay, Yeezys. Those are very expensive, very expensive shoes there. So what I'm looking for is more of a, when I think of an interest, right, or these interests when I'm looking down, like for example, photography, that would be somewhere good to go, but there would be loads of sub niches. I want something that is really quick and easy to just pretty much search for. So scrolling down, earlier on before this call, I was scrolling looking through things, football, just soccer, food, Jay-Z, Angels and Demons, watching TV. Watching TV that will break off into sub niches such as TV shows, and then obviously the memorabilia behind the TV shows, like T-shirts and passionate. That's the passionate angle. Now I came here and I saw drawing. I saw drawing here, and that hit me instantly because I thought that's an interesting one there. So what I did is I just took the word drawing and I plugged it into Amazon. As you can see, I put drawing up here, and I started scrolling, and all I was looking for was like something with a lot of reviews on it, because that would be a good in. If it's got a lot of reviews on it, then clearly a lot of people have bought it and they've got a lot to say about it, right? The other thing I'm looking for is if there's any bestsellers, because a bestseller will reveal that clearly there's a lot of people that like this particular item. And behold, what do we see down here? We see the Royal and Land Nickel sketching pencil set. Okay, it's a bestseller. Then what else we can do here at this stage is dig down into the actual listing for bestsellers, which is the Drawing Media Pastel. So we click on that now, and we can see how they've been rated from 1 onwards. And you notice down here, this pencil wooden box set is way more expensive than that. This is in British pounds, by the way. That's 431, so roughly about $7-8. If you convert it. And you just want to get a feel and try and understand why this one's number one. Check out the reviews. This one's number two. Why is this one number two? Check out the reviews. What does this one do that this one doesn't do? Get a good feel of the product, get a good feel of what people are saying about it. And, I'm already convinced that this is something hot. So what I want to do now is do another check. So I'll leverage off another shoulder of a giant, which is eBay. Okay. So I'll go to ebay.com, do a search. But you see, the thing with eBay, right, is they don't organize the data as well as Amazon does. So you have to kind of there's a way around that though, and the way around that is to use a site that does do that for you, which is watchcount.com. Okay, so head to watchcount.com, right, and they basically collate all of the data on eBay. So I'll come to watchcount.com. Let's change this to USA, right? And then I would basically copy the title or the keywords, the main keyword here. It could be just sketching, but I'll copy the whole title because I think that would go well in there. But if it didn't bring any results, then I'd play with it and remove a few keywords here and there. I'll type it in there, then I'd click show me what's most popular. So eBay will now find, based on these keywords, what the most popular product is on eBay right now. And as you can see, this product here has over 1,000 watches and over 1,000 parcels. So that, ladies and gents, is pretty much a very strong indication as to whether this is worth going after to sell. Okay, and with that being said, right, the next step. Sorry, with that being said, it's pretty much decided at this stage that there's other things one could do, but at this stage, when you've seen that there's over 1,000 people watching this product, that means the demand for this thing is high. Look at the parcels, 1,800 here. It's definitely hot. And then look at the price as well. This seller is selling it for $7. This seller is selling it for a little bit more, but free shipping, and so on and so forth. Okay, so at this stage, it's decided we're gonna go after it. Now, normally what I'll do is I'd go and check in Facebook for the interest to see if the crowd is there. But I don't need to do that because we already know there's a crowd there based on the fact that we found an interest on the major keyword, the white keyword, drawing. Okay, so at this stage, right, before we move further, I want to know if you guys are following me here. Give me a 2 in the comments if you can carry out step 2 without any issues. You believe you can do it without any issues? Let's see those 2s, ladies and gents. Excellent, excellent. We've got plenty of 2s there. Right. Okay. So now we have established hot selling products, right? The next step is to list this product on our store. Okay, before we move to step 3, we've got to list this product on our store, and it's very simple how you do that. Once you have your Shopify store, right, you head over to products, like so, and then you click on add a product. It's usually in the top right corner because we haven't added a product before. Here is our title, here is our description section, here is our images, and here is our pricing. So just for demonstration purposes, let's say I put that down as £8, and I'm doing the price first. And let's say the compare price. The compare price is just the strikeout price to draw scarcity. So let's say this was previously sold at $14.95, but now we're selling it at $8. So the customer will actually see both prices. $14.95 will have a strikeout across to it, whereas £8 would be available now. So we've just got to put the title of our product up here, like so, right? And then we have to put the specs in. A good place to, I mean, uh, Amazon give us a good like features and benefits. So the essentials, you know, they're here, but also eBay you should check eBay for the features and benefits they do here because the sellers get a lot more creative in regards to the way they present it because they're really trying to package it up to make it look more than what it is because it's that's what sellers do on eBay, and that's the main thing because they're not really paying for traffic over there. Okay, so let's assume that these are the specs, and I'm happy with these specs. This is going to help sell the product. Okay, so I'm going to in the description area, I'm going to paste that there. I'd normally write something on the bottom here as like Visa. I have these highlighted. Okay, I'll have these highlighted: Visa, debit, electron accepted, secure, and safe payment, something along those lines. And then I'd have shipping. Please allow, depending on how long it will take for the item to be shipped, whether I'll be doing the arbitrage method, which is just using eBay to ship the items. So, let's say I didn't want to, I wanted the seller to ship these items for me on eBay, right? And I was listing them at a higher price on my store and selling them higher. So I'd find out how long it will take him to ship or her to ship to the US or wherever I'm advertising, and then I'll just put the time difference, the length of the wait time period in here at the bottom. It's always good to make that an indication because you don't want people emailing you 2 days later saying, "Hey, where's my product?" That's annoying. People are happy to wait. You just have to let them know up front. Okay, so I'd say please be aware that shipping, like that delivery, takes 7 to 15 days. Something along those lines. All right. And there we have it. Our description is done. All we need to do now is upload an image, which I believe I saved. There it is there. Upload the image. I tend to upload more than one, so I'd have the main image and then maybe 2 other images from different angles, just to give customer variation so they could check it out and really get an idea of what it looks like, and it's what it looks like from different angles to give them a bit more of a mental idea of what it is they're buying. Okay, and once we've finished, we just click save product, and that is now on our store. Okay, so then we have the link to our actual product. So if I go to view here, I haven't got a custom theme yet, but I mean this is what it looked like on a theme. This is the generic one that Shopify generate you with. But if I had my own custom domain, it would be showing up here, right? And then all I do is just copy that domain, and pretty much we are now set to task to do step 3. Okay, so right, step 3, right, will involve us getting traffic to the product. Okay, so what we need for step 3 is Facebook ads. So you've got your Facebook ads account, which you create, which is one of the platforms you do in step 1. And with that being said, you head over to your ads account, right? And you go into the Power Editor, right? And in the Power Editor, we're going to create. It shouldn't take you more than a few minutes to get an ad up. It's very easy, okay? You go to create a campaign, you name the campaign, something along the lines, something that you'll remember. It's only for your eyes only, by the way. So you name it that. We go for website conversion ads. So website conversion, we choose the ad set. We just do the same thing and just rename it. So create new ad set, and then we do the same for ad. Go to create, add, and there we go. We click create once we've added those 3 in, and there's our campaign done. We just need to just do 2 changes, one in the ad set level. We choose our pixel if we have any. So there's the purchase pixel there. We choose how much we want to start the budget at, which is $5. You only really need $5 to test. Okay, you don't really need to break the bank to test these products. Okay, so you put $5, leave everything else alone. Choose the audience. We'll go 21 because we want people with disposable income. So it's a 21 to 65. Let's just go for the wide interest here. Okay, nice and wide interest test here. We click save. Once we've clicked save, we come down to the ad level. Right, but before we do that, actually, I totally forgot. We've got to do the page posts. Okay, so here's our page. We click create page post. We come to photo. We choose the photo which we downloaded of the product. Right, photos there. We then add our copy, which is basic, just outlining what the product is. So it's as simple as that, folks. As simple as that. It's not complicated. Just copy the name of the product, what you're selling. Go here. No, get yours here. Get yours here. And then it would be your link to your store. The product on your store, right? .com. Tag someone who would love one. That's it. I mean, pretty much keeping it simple, stupidly simple. I love the KISS method because this works all day long. You give it a bit of space so people can actually read, because if you bunch them up, right, if I bunch them up like this, right, Facebook tends to push the links sometimes a bit weird and it just looks really messy. So when you give it a bit of space in between each line, it just looks more cleaner and people can see exactly read it from just passing when they're looking through their newsfeed. Okay, you want to leave it as this post to be used as an ad. Click on create post, and there is our post. It's just going to generate now. Right, make a note of this ID because you never know. You never know if this doesn't come through on the other end. So now we head back to manage ads. There's our campaign, our ad from the same campaign, right? We click on edit, and then we choose our page. We choose our page, okay? And once we've chosen our page, we choose existing post, which we just created. Let's just see if it generates. Has it generated? No, it's not. Okay, so then we enter the post ID, which I just copied there. Click submit, and we should see, right, okay, it's plain gains here. It should actually show up just by clicking that post ID, okay? And then what we do is we scroll down right to the end just to double check to see that we've got everything in there. And that's it. The campaign is ready. We just click upload changes, and that's it. The ad will go live. Facebook will, check to see that we're within TOS and regulations and stuff, and the ad will go live. Now, let's see some threes in the comments if you found that if you found that easy. If you think you can do that, put a campaign up. Give me a 3 in the comments. Let's see those threes, ladies and gents. I know I went a little bit fast, but you can learn how to do that. There's plenty of places that would that have tutorials on showing you how to put a campaign up. Most of you have probably even used Facebook ads before, so you already know how to do this. This is not your first rodeo when it comes to putting campaigns up. Okay, right, excellent. We have plenty of frees, and so that's confirmed. Everyone can do this. Those are the three steps done. Now the fourth step is what I call monitoring and killing losers and scaling the winners. Okay, not everything I promote is going to do really well. All right, naturally, because what we're doing when we run these ads is we've done the research. Okay, so step one, step one was obviously getting our platforms created. Naturally, once you've got those platforms created, you'd obviously eliminate step one, and that would then turn into only 3 steps. So step 2 is doing the research, ensuring that you're having a really good educated guess on the audience, on who your ideal audience is. Okay, and then obviously doing the research to find that product. Okay, we've used analytics data that is already out there. So the product that we're going to throw marketing dollars towards is something we've had a educated guess on based on the data we've looked at. Okay, it doesn't mean that it's gonna win. It just means that it's got a great chance of winning. Now, just a question of finding that audience with the ads and seeing how it performs. Okay, because Facebook is not where people go to be sold to. They go to Facebook to check on their friends, check out what's going on with people they know they're connected to. Ultimately, the great thing about marketing is that people will purchase things on impulse as well as based on passion. Okay, it's all emotional driven with the right kind of marketing that encourages people to visit the stores. The magic happens when people visit your store. Okay, if you can get people away from Facebook to your store who are very passionate about that particular subject interest, the magic happens quite often. Okay, folks. So step number 4 involves scaling and killing the losers killing the losers and scaling the winners. So I want to talk a bit about numbers here before anything else. Okay, so this is in regards to step number 4, right? So let me just get rid of that real quick. Okay, so I said I test with $5. Okay, $5 budget, right? $5 will probably give us around 700 to 1300 in reach. Okay, for people on Facebook. Okay, if we increase the daily budget, right? $5 is the daily budget at this stage. Daily budget. Okay. Now, with the daily budget, the aim of the game is to get a good pool of people to our product, to the product page, basically. But at the same time, we don't want to waste money testing to see if the audience will convert for us. The other thing behind starting off with a low budget is so that we can get the optimization to kick in, because Facebook does this thing where it starts to optimize for your audience when people start taking action. Okay, kind of actions I'm referring to are clicking to view your store, clicking to add to cart, add products to cart, buying products, and visiting the thank you page. Okay, so Facebook starts optimizing for all of these different kind of actions, and it gives us, which is why we run a website conversion ad for testing. It gives us a good opportunity to see if this audience will convert before we start scaling. Scaling, all that means is you can scale up and you can scale wide. All right, but ultimately, what scaling is introducing your product to a wider audience. Okay, so we've had a small test pool of 7 to 1,300 people. If we get 2 sales, right, and our net profit is $12. If our net profit per sale is $12.40, right, and we have 2 sales within the first 48 hours, then we're in profit, we're in the green, okay? However, I like to have this thing of waiting 72 hours. Okay, it's a bit of a waiting game, ladies and gents, okay? Because people always, I mean, this is how it works. This is how it works, okay? You've got to give Facebook some time to optimize, okay? And I know you might think, well, Manny, I don't want to wait 3 days for that big kind of campaign for me to try and achieve a really big campaign that will bring in a lot of profit. Yeah, but this is a numbers game. So naturally, I'm not just going to have just the one product going at $5. I'm going to have a combination of at least five products all running at the same time, or even more, right? Because again, not everything's going to take off. Some things, most then will die and not perform really well, then actually win. The small number that do win cover those costs. And again, you're not breaking the bank here testing these products. $5, you put 3 up one day. Let's say it's a Monday. You put 3 up on a Monday, put 3 up on a Tuesday. By the Wednesday, when you put those 3 up, the ones you put on a Monday are ready to be looked at. Okay, you look at them, you look at certain metrics, you make a decision if it's worth going forward or not. Okay, the number one thing I look at when it comes to deciding whether to move forward or not is obviously sales. But outside of that, if there are no sales, then I look at the comments. Okay, so I look at the comments on the thread. I look at the comments on the shares, right? And overall, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get a feel of the engagement on whether they like it or not. Because at this point, on 3, we have spent 72 hours. We have spent $15 on the ads. Okay, so at this point, we still haven't really broken the bank, and we want to know if this is viable. We want to know if it's viable, whether it's worth spending more money or increasing that budget. Because when we increase that budget, what's going to happen? From what I said before, you're going to increase the reach. So if we went up to $10, basically everything up here would double in terms of reach. Okay, and if we increase the reach, it means we're reaching a lot more people. It means we have a higher chance of finding those conversions. Okay. Ultimately, the game of ads is just, here's the big thing that most people find an issue with, okay, and they get lost, okay. They can do all of the basics of having a store and doing the research and finding the products, listing the products, launching the ads, but when it comes to look at the numbers, they get very confused, okay. The number one thing you want to keep your eye on when it comes to launching campaigns via Facebook ads is your CPA, okay? CPA just means cost per acquisition, okay? Cost per acquisition. So if the product that I'm selling, right, has a net profit of $12.40, and I have spent $10, right, and I get a purchase after $10 spend, which Facebook reports to me, by the way, in the reports, then my cost per acquisition is $10, ladies and gents. That is very high, okay? Ultimately, when you're testing, you shouldn't be too worried about it at that stage. You just want to see if it's viable. So let's say it's on day 2. So it's been 48 hours, right? It's been 48 hours, and I've had 2 sales, right? So we're at 24.80 cents, okay? And we've spent we've spent 48 hours, we've spent $10 basically, right? Okay, that's cool. But then we let it run for a few more. We let it run for another day. We've had no sales, so it's been 72 hours with no. We've only the two sales still recorded. Right, we've spent 15 now. Right, we go another day, and we have no sales. At this stage, we've crept up to $20. Right, so we've kept up to $20, and now we're closing in on breaking even on the breaking even area. So we're at 24.80. It's been 4 days now, so this is optimized. After 72 hours, like I said before, it's optimized now, and we've not seen no sales on day two. This is the time where you want to make a decision because you're climbing up your cost per acquisition, which is uh, number sold. Sorry, yeah, amount spent in total divided by number sold. So the cost per acquisition is $10 here, and it's creeping. It's getting expensive now. So at this stage, it's down to you whether you want to run it a day or two. If I run it a day and I still don't see no sales, I'm very confident to know when that's the time, that's the point I kill it. Outside of that, what I've just said there, you would want to keep it going to see if it picks up. Because if it picks up, your CPA, right, your cost per acquisition will fall and drop. And when your cost per acquisition is really low, below $5, it means you are winning. It means you have a winning ad and it's performing. And those are the kind of campaigns you want to scale, okay? Because those are the ones that are going to bring you in the profit. So now that I've touched on numbers a little bit, and I've given you a bit more clarity on the numbers. Let me see a 4 in the comments if you're following me and that was clear and you understood what I just said. Excellent. We have 4s. We have 4s. Okay, maybe it's not a lot of 4s. Oh, right, okay, right. We've got a flood of 4s. Excellent, excellent. You guys are following along. That's awesome. Right. And that concludes the presentation, folks. I know you was hoping there was going to be something very complicated, something, really, high tech, some kind of formula, I mean, this is a formula, but in essence, it's very simple, as you've seen. It is very simple. There are more advanced ways to complicate this, but I like to keep things simple and today, and I've managed to do that, and it's brought me great rewards. And this is what I've shared with you guys today. If any of you want to heed what I've put together and take this forward after this call tomorrow and get some campaigns going, I'm pretty sure you're going to see some good results, okay, if you stay consistent with it. I'm pretty sure I do this every single day. So now I'd like to pass things over to Johnny, and I'd like to say thank you guys for being patient with me, and sorry about the slides today. They have been a little bit over the place, but I'm glad I've been able to get across to you guys by you responding to me. So, Johnny, if you'd like to take control and come on the call.
All right, guys. Thank you, Manny. Okay, guys. We're gonna do a little bit of Q&A now. Manny, if you just pass it back to me, you're gonna have to click on my name and pass it back to me. But first of all, guys, by the way, we have something to give. I've got something amazing to share with you now, so don't leave just yet. We've got about 5 more minutes left. But who thinks who thinks you could apply what Manny just taught you today? And that's not really the end of it, guys, because we have more to give you as well. So just let me just go back to my screen here. Okay, can you guys see my screen?
Yep, can see it.
All right, cool. So, guys, as you know, our students have made some decent money with the stuff that Manny's been sharing with you. Okay, before I share with you the next part, here's some of the money our students have been making. Okay, one of our students in December made $8,052. This is $20,000 in 90 days from one of our other students. Here's £6,000 in 1 day. You can see that it says yesterday £6,335. It's about 8,000 US dollars. I shared this with you before. Ryan says, before I reached out to Manny for help with my ads, for my Facebook ads and Shopify, I was doubting whether ads for FB ads really worked. But since then, he taught me exactly how to target and scale my ads, and I've made close to 10K in little under 2 weeks. Now, guys, let me ask you a question, because obviously this is just one webinar. We want to help you moving forward. Me and Manny were talking, how can we help you guys on a more personal level to help you, basically personally help you set up your money making Shopify campaign. If you would like us to personally help you, me and Manny to actually, as in one-on-one on the phone, help you set up your campaigns so they're guaranteed to pretty much make money, right? Put a yes into the chat box right now, because it's one thing for you guys to learn and do it yourself, but if you really want to take things to the next level, having someone like Manny personally helping you set up your campaigns is a proven way to see results. Okay, so we basically want to help a small group of students, hopefully you, to start making money with Shopify right away. I'm talking about like literally this week, start setting up your winning money making Shopify campaigns. Okay, using the formula manager shared, but obviously in more detail, having someone who's already there personally helping you do it. Right, but the catch is we can only take on 5 students because this is a very small one-on-one group. So this we're not pitching anything here. We're not going to tell you to go and buy something now. We basically want to see a show of hands of who's interested, because we've decided to put together this. We basically want to help you guys personally, and the best way that we've figured we can do this is by personally helping you do it. Not giving you some more videos and stuff like that, by actually personally helping you one-on-one. So if you would like Manny to personally help you set up your Shopify campaign like this week, we then start seeing results in the next few days. Because guys, literally, you've seen the results Manny has got. You've seen his students' results. The students we're teaching are making money. Okay, yes, guaranteed. We've if you head over to ecomprofitplan.com/VIP, we've got a little form to fill out, and we'll basically get in contact with you. Okay, you're not going to have to go to this form and pay anything. So just go to this form, fill it out, and myself and Manny will get back to you to see if you're fit for our coaching. Okay, we're not going to take on everyone like we just mentioned. You have to be a certain kind. You need to be coachable and teachable. We don't want someone who's just going to mess around. Okay, so anyway, head over to econprofitplan.com/VIP, fill out the form on this page, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. Now, in the meantime, we're going to spend about 5 minutes answering some questions. So if you have any questions, please use this time now to ask us your questions, and we'll answer them. So let's see here. Tamora. Yeah, Tamora, that's the one you're talking about is the ones we'll email you tomorrow. Okay, don't worry about that. We'll send you an email. Okay. JB says the biggest thing I need help with is finding a successful product. Yes, Manny, we help you like with the one-on-one coaching. We help you find the successful product. We help you put together your campaign. We help you put together your Facebook ads. We help you with targeting. We help you with your Shopify store. Everything from A to Z is what we will help you do with our one-on-one coaching. Okay, JB? So to answer your question, yes, we do. Mohammed,
before you continue with the next question, right? Someone just reminded me about the 9K case study that I was going to reveal. I totally forgot to do that at the beginning of the course. So just give me a second while I reveal that, folks, to you. Okay. I'll keep this short and sweet. All right. So here's the product, right? It's a T-shirt, right? Excuse me, ladies. I know it's quite loud. but it's done wonders. And as you can see, the character behind the lady there is Deadpool, and it's the movie was just released recently.
And we can't see your screen.
All right.
Let
Oh
me
snap.
let me show your screen.
Okay. All right, folks. Sorry, I totally thought my screen was being seen there. So yeah, so here's the product, right? The 9K case study. This is the product that I said I would reveal live on the call, to give you guys of an idea of what you can do with a t-shirt. T-shirt designs are a really good way to introduce unique angles into anything. I mean, you can scale designs across anything. And here's a tip for you guys, okay? Black tees with white text or colorful designs on them sell more than any other color of tees, right? That's not based on my own study. That's based on Teespring's study, and it's been proven time and time over again. Okay, so if you're ever going to decide to get into the tee selling game, start with black t-shirts. Okay, not only just t-shirts, you can do hoodies as well. But the first product that you want to send people to is the tees, because tees naturally, when people see them in the news feed, especially if they like them, they know that they're not going to really cost an arm and a leg. When they get to your product page is where you can push them to get get either a sweatshirt or order double, for with a 5%, $5 off deal, where you can, really offer different angles for them to benefit on the deal that they're going to get already. Okay, so this is the product here. It's allowed. It's off the back of the Deadpool movie, and this is the product that did really well. We've had over 40K reactions, 3K in comments at the bottom here. You can see where my mouse is. We've had 13K in shares, and we spent $3,643.79. We reached over 1 million people and had over 12,000 actions. Okay. Now, a lot of you might think, oh, well, you're spending a lot of money, um, but it doesn't start off with me just pushing a lot of spend at the beginning. Just like I showed you with my simple way of scaling the campaigns, and I scale up here doing this. Start off with $5. This same campaign you're seeing it, this 9K campaign, right, in earnings that resulted in me spending $3,643.79. Started off with $5. Yes, started with $5. Waited 3 days, 72 hours. We saw we had one or two sales, and then we went up from 5 to 15, and then we slowly started scaling. Okay, slowly started scaling. We had loads of conversions. The CPA started dropping. Our cost per acquisition started dropping really low to like $1.20. So it was costing us $1.20 to get in front of a customer who was going to pay us $20. So just imagine that for a second. You put $1.20 inside of the machine, and you get $20 back. That is the reality, ladies and gents. That is the reality of finding a good product and positioning it in front of the audience. And as you can see right from the copy, it's not complicated. New released from the site where we get the teas from. Are you a true Deadpool fan? So we're speaking to the audience here. We're calling them out. We're literally, it's like you're talking directly to the fan there. He or she is reading that and thinking, hey, they're talking about me here, right? Then get yours here. We're giving them a call to action. Then get yours here. That is the CTA. So you call them out with the first line. Second line is get yours here, and then we drop our link. And then also, outside of doing that, we also ask them to tag a friend who would love one. And what that does is after they've clicked and visited the post, they will come into the comments, especially if they want to, sometimes before they even click on the link, right? They'll come into the comments, tag their friend who's also a Deadpool fan, and then go ahead and click the link and visit the tea on the product page. and purchase. That's what happens, folks. This is how it was. So that's me fulfilling my promise of revealing the 9K product, which did really well for us. Okay, so I'm handing things back over now to Johnny to continue with the Q&A.
All right, thanks,
Johnny.
mate. That was really cool. Yeah. All right, guys. So you guys can hear me, yeah? Okay.
Yep, can hear you loud and clear, dude.
All right, cool. So, guys, I'll answer a few more questions. But again, I've put the link to the survey. I mean, to the application form in the chat. So please, if you basically want to see results, I'm talking about if you are serious and you want to see results very soon, then if you want to shortcut your way to success with Shopify by having a proven mentor to take you through the steps and personally help you. I'm talking about on the phone with you, one on one, while you set up everything. Literally, we us there on the phone helping you. You know, then go to econprofitplan.com/VIP, fill out the form there, and we will get back to you ASAP. Okay, we'll give you a call on the phone if you want to speak to us, and we'll get back to you and start helping you seeing results. So let's see, any more questions in the chat box? Um, Jason says, if you're doing it, how do you sell sales info to an eBay seller if we're drop shipping using someone from eBay? Do we send an invoice? Also, the shipping time. I think we covered that, Jason, in the last webinar, which you can find in a Facebook group.
I can, I can answer that if you want me to.
But yeah, Manny, you can go ahead and answer that as well.
Okay, in regards to the to the who am I speaking to? What's the person's name?
Jason.
Jason. Okay. Uh, he's got quite a few questions here. How do you send sales info to eBay seller? Right, you don't. What you can do, there's two options. There's two ways you can do it. Okay, so you can actually ask him. Uh, First, ask him for wholesale prices, okay, or ask him or her wholesale prices. Once you find out the wholesale, if they do have wholesale prices, then you can take advantage by benefiting that way. So you're getting it cheaper than everyone else who's just naturally just buying, switching the addresses around and having the item sent that way. Okay. The other way is to let them know that you've got a bunch of orders. You give them a CSV file, and then they will fulfill. If not, then you'd have to either manually go in there and order them. But then what you do is you just leave a note saying, "Hey, could you not include invoices? This is a gift for someone." Or just, you don't even have to give them a reason or her a reason. Just say, "Look, please don't include the invoice. It's not necessary." And they're most of the time, 9 out of 10, they're happy to do that. Okay. Also, in regards to the shipping time, right? 2 to 3 days within payment, or should we ask? What you do is you give yourself time, because people online, right? They're accustomed to waiting for products that they've ordered online. Okay. Um, Perfect example is Teespring. Teespring, they make a good point with the countdown timers. People happen to wait 2 weeks, 3 weeks. As long as you make it very clear up front, they are happy. Okay, if you do not make it clear up front, you're going to fall into problems, because you'll get a ton of uh, support requests, and it will result in refunds, which is not cool. Okay, so you always want to make it nice and clear on the product page how long it's going to take you to deliver, and even if the eBay seller says it only takes 2 to 3 days, give it a little bit more time. So, if it says 2 to 3 days, I'll have it on your listing as 7 days, okay? Just in case, because you never know with some of these sellers. You never know, and you always want to predict them. Like I said again, most people are happy to wait. You just have to make it clear to them. Okay, that answers pretty much most of your questions, except for this last one. And last, what do we do about pricing? Okay, in regards to pricing, you will, when you're doing the research, you'll get a feel of what's high and what's low. And I tend to like to start from, it depends. If it's something that's giving me a $40 profit margin, then start, I will start high. Okay, I'll start high and work my way down based on the add to carts. Okay, because you can see on Shopify reveal, okay, your add to carts conversion rate. And if you're getting a ton of add to carts and no buys, then it pretty much the last objection will be your price. Okay, the pricing is what is stopping people from keeping people on the fence and stopping them from actually purchasing the product. Okay, hope that answers your question, Jason. Johnny.
All right, guys, thanks for that. Let's see. I'm going to answer a few more questions. What sort of ad spend does it take to get up to 9K per week?
What type of ad spend does it take to get to 9K per week? Um, that's a hard one. I mean, because it's not all the time that I could, sometimes you can spend less than 3 grand and still hit a 9K campaign. It depends on the virality, okay? Because some campaigns take off based on people sharing. It depends on the angle you come through. Okay, some items you're gonna promote, people are gonna be crazy about, and they're gonna share it like crazy. And if they share it like crazy, it brings back a lot of the viral nature to your thread, which will result in a lot of sales. Okay, and in that sense, you haven't really paid a lot because the people have helped you push that ad out there more. So you can't really put a figure on it and say, okay, you're gonna spend this amount and this will bring X amount back in. It depends. It varies on from campaign to campaign. Johnny.
Okay, thanks for that. It says, when we scale our ad spend, do we go up by $5 at a time?
Well, once you're starting out, you'd want to go up slowly, okay? Because the more you increase that budget, the more Facebook will re-optimize for the audience that you're targeting for. Okay, so when you start out, you start off slow. You get those conversions, you go up a bit more. You don't just go up in five. Okay, so I didn't go up. That campaign you saw there, I toppled out at around $200 a day. Okay, I didn't get to $200 a day in five increments, $5 increments. At some point, when the conversions are holding, you kind of just have to feel it out. It's a bit like, driving a car. Okay, so after you've had your tests, you get on the road and you get your license, you kind of have to work feel out your style of driving and knowing the road basically. It's a bit like that with ads. After you've had, I think when you go past $20 in ad spend, you can go up in higher increments, okay? And that's what I tend to do. So after $20, I can jump from 20 to 50, then 50 to 100, then even from 100 to 200. That's a little bit more aggressive, but it's only when I know that, for example, we went from 100 to 200 when we knew the CPA was really low because it just said to us that people are loving the product, they're enjoying it, and they're buying because the CPA, the cost per acquisition, was really, really low. So in that sense, it depends, but ultimately, I'm sure that example I just gave you there will bring a bit more clarity to that question. Johnny.
All right, great stuff. I've seen a lot of people filling out the application form, so me and Manny are gonna be going through each one after this, and we're gonna be contacting you as well. So make sure you put in a time that you can have. If you want us to speak to you and personally help you, then put in a time. Hey guys. Oops, I don't know. That was my video just played. Then head over to the econproductplan.com/VIP. Let's answer a few more questions. Is the tracking pixel for FB ads from Shopify, or where does that originate from? That's from Chris.
Yes, Chris. The tracking pixel is from Facebook. Okay, Facebook give us um, pixels that we can put on our Shopify store, and we can then optimize for actions that people are taking on our store. Okay, so the checkout pixel, the purchase pixel, is a really good pixel to optimize for when you're doing website conversion ads, okay? Because we want more of those people to come back to our store because they obviously purchased our product. Johnny.
Okay. So guys, I guess Chris says thank you. I guess we'll go ahead and end it now because it's getting late. So guys, okay, if let me just repeat this. Look at the results our students have got. Okay, how would you feel making £6,000 in a day? That's about $8,000. Okay, you've seen how possible it is. We're gonna help you start off with like a $5 per day budget and slowly increase it as you start making money. If you'd like us to personally help you to see results, okay, like this, okay, see results like this, then head over to ecomprofitplan.com/VIP, fill out the application form, and we will get back to you. And we will look forward to helping our group of 5 students to see massive results on Shopify. Other than that, if that's pretty much it. We will send out the recording to this webinar in the morning. I've also posted in the group as well, the Facebook group. If you guys enjoy this webinar, please head over to the Facebook group and just make a post. I'll put the link here. Make a post in the group just saying that you enjoyed it. Okay. Go to the Econ Profit Plan group, which I'll put the post in the chat now. Just say you enjoyed the webinar, just so others can see that what they missed out on, and I'll post a link in the webinar in the group for the webinar replay as well as your email. Okay, guys, stay subscribed because we don't spam or nothing like that. We just provide you with updates for this course. All right. So really happy to have you guys here. Thanks a lot for coming. For now, head over to econprofitplan.com/VIP, apply for the one-on-one coaching, and we'll get back to you. Okay, guys, that's it. Take care, and we'll speak to you soon.